Welcome to Con-Pro Field in beautiful Buffalo, New York for an Eastern Conference matchup between the Chicago Wildcats and the Queen City Corsairs. You are watching the SFL Network on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Mike Daggs, your play-by-play commentator tonight. Alongside me in the booth is Hall of Famer Matt Willson. Matt, just a short trip for us this week. We're only an hour from home here in Buffalo. You excited for some hometown football action?
Let's get it on.
Hey, both of these teams are coming off victories last week after both losing the week before. For the Wildcats, last week was their only victory of the season so far. For the Corsairs, they've been trucking along, winning 3 of 4, outscoring their opponents by 2 touchdowns per game on average. Both of these teams do have top 10 defenses, but it certainly seems like the Wildcats may have their work cut out for them today.
Yeah, definitely. Since their loss to us in the championship game of Season 9, Chicago has really struggled. They need to play their best football today in order to hang close with the Corsairs. So, Mike, how's it feel to be back in Buffalo watching your old team?
So this is really cool. Played tight end for the Corsairs last season, and never really got to call a game for them. And here I am back in hometown Buffalo watching my old team play, and always a special place in my heart for the Corsairs. But today, as a broadcaster, you got to be impartial. And that's what we're going to do. Is I welcome you into the broadcast booth. Queen City has the ball teed up, ready for kickoff. Wildcats will receive. And we are underway here in Buffalo. Corey Carter with the return. Circling around, spin move. Gets his way up to the 28-yard line. Quarterback E.T. King will lead his offense out onto the field to get things going. Take a look at some of the key players on the Chicago offense. Mentioned quarterback E.T. King and wide receiver Corey Carter. Also wide receiver Buchanan Simmons. I believe that's Simons. And J. Calvin Kim at halfback. Tight end Shan Varner. And also wide receiver J.C. Torres. Calvin Kim with a handoff on first down. Trucks his way up 7-yard gain. Brings up a 2nd down and 3 at the 34-yard line.
Whoa, man down already. I didn't even get the tent ready.
Set that tent up, Matt.
I think you might need a stretcher. Let's see what happens on this play. He's just blocking. Was that Myers on the tackle, and then he just I don't know. Hopefully he didn't hurt his shoulder somehow. We'll keep an update. Hey, look, it's a pirate ship. That's cool.
Yeah, nice pirate ship back in the end zone. One of my favorite things about Con-Pro Field.
I took a ride of that ship. It was fun. Even though there was no water, I stroked.
J. Calvin Kim with a handoff again on 2nd down. Gains 1st down yardage up to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, and with only one highly paid linebacker, that's where you want to go with this Queen City defense. They've got Jeff Duffy at the end, and they got Avery King on the outside, but the middle might be the softest part of this defense. So looks like Chicago is taking my advice and running the ball early.
E.T. King back to pass. Checks it down to his running back. Tackled for a loss. 4-yard loss on that first pass from scrimmage. 2nd down and 14.
On that block, he was just got when your defensive was that a defense? It looked like a defensive end that tackled your running back on a screenplay. Someone didn't do their job.
Three receiver set. King back to throw. Swing route to J. Calvin Kim. No gain on that play. Brings up a 3rd down and 14.
Yeah, Jeff Duffy was collapsed in the pocket, and I think King felt some pressure to get rid of that ball, but I think it'd better if he'd thrown it away.
Empty backfield here on 3rd down. King back to pass. Quick pass down the middle. Has a man past the defense to the 20. Breaks a tackle inside the 20-yard line. Tackled at the 19. Finally brought down by Leroy Jenkins of the Queen City defense.
I think it was Buchanan Simons on that or Simmons. Did I do that same thing you did? Simon says I caught the ball. But yeah, great route, great throw. And Chicago starting off hot. That's what they need to do.
First down and 10 inside the red zone. 3 receiver set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. King back to throw. Out route to the left-hand side. Complete for a 3-yard gain. Finding J.C. Torres on the reception. Brings up a 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, I'd call that more of a gain. A 3.5, good start. I might look up Kim again and see what he can give you. Give you a nice 3rd and 3. Wouldn't be bad. So see what Chicago comes out with here. J.C.
Torres signed last week. Week 4 was his first game. 116 yards on 6 receptions and a touchdown in his rookie debut. Swing route to J. Calvin Kim. Just shy of the first down. Tackled inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and inches.
Well, it wasn't exactly a run, but those swing passes are just as good as a run sometimes, and exactly where you want to be. Now your whole playbook is open, although I wouldn't mind giving Kim another shot.
You know, those swing routes, you know, like you said, it gets that running back out in space and gives them the opportunity to make something happen without having to, you know, immediately break a tackle at the line of scrimmage. King under center here on 3rd down and inches. Kim lined up in the backfield. King will throw. Swing route to Kim on the right-hand side. Trucks through a man, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Chicago with the early lead.
Beautiful use of Kim. Kim inside, Kim outside, Kim on the pass. It's all Kim.
The drive of Kim is complete.
I saw that. I mean, there's no one over there in a zone, so he can just run, and he just says, yeah, get off me, sir. Sorry, Jesse Vick. Try again another day. It looked like he was greased in butter. We got another, you know, controversy here in the SFL. I mean, I know we can heal injuries super fast in 1 week, so I don't know what else kind of tools we have.
The SFL is a magical place.
It is. It's a magical candy land. I like candy.
Extra point is up and through. You are watching the SFL Network on YouTube, presented by APM Music.
SFL fans, make sure you order your custom SFL merchandise from the league store on simulationfl.net. Just click the shop button through the site navigation where you can order what you see or exactly what you want. This is your league. This is your shop. Order now from Richards Printworks on sfl.net.
Kyrie Tate with the run back up to the 29-yard line. Quarterback A.J. Caswell leading the Queen City offense out onto the field. Lining up behind him, halfback Ash Odom at receiver. We mentioned Kyrie Tate. There's also Dupree Hudson and the one and only Chris Curtis. Caswell back to pass on 1st down. Checks it down to Odom, trucking through the first defender with the assistance of a block. 7-yard gain brings up a 2nd down and 3. Update on the injury. Tad Myers.
Poor Tad.
He'll be back.
He will not become he won't become a frog. He'll be a tadpole forever.
He'll be back.
By the way, my mistake, that was not Jesse Vick. I called the same team. It was actually Leroy Jenkins who missed that tackle on Kim earlier. So my apologies.
2nd down and 3. Ball is handed off to Odom. Tangled up in the backfield, wrapped up by the Chicago defense, tackled for a loss of 1. We'll bring up a pretty quick 3rd down and 4.
And it's kind of a different story with Chicago. They have two key linebackers, so it's going to be tougher for Ash Odom to get those yards, where it might be a little bit easier for Kim, especially immediately at the line of scrimmage.
Caswell under center here on 3rd down. Caswell will pass. Out route to the left-hand side. Pass is complete to Dupree Hudson for a 1st down.
That's a nice stash he's got there.
Gotta love a good mustache. Dupree Hudson.
No mustache.
Go ahead.
We banned mustaches in Mexico City. Sorry.
Well, we'll see if I can get that taken care of. Dupree Hudson, a second-round pick number 33 overall, having a decent rookie season so far. Caswell under center here on first down and 10. Will throw. Has time. Checks it down.
Oh!
Checks it down to his fullback, Hadley Diamante. Pass is incomplete. It was dropped.
Hands of stone. Boing.
So getting
Get
back
on
to
that jugs machine, son.
getting back to Dupree Hudson's rookie year, 269 yards on 21 receptions and a pair of touchdowns so far in his rookie debut.
It's a good start for the young man.
Makes him the number 2 leading receiver here on the Corsairs. Ash Odom trucks through a man that has space. Trucks through another. Can't get past the third, but he is inside the 40-yard line into Chicago territory. 1st and 10 from the 38.
Bring out the medics on that play. He just killed 2 people. Let's see. It's good blocking up front on the line, and then there's one man gone. Whoops, sorry, 2 men gone, and not key players in the Chicago defense, so hurt them there.
Taking a look at that Chicago defense at linebacker, Dylan Rowland and Clint Hendershot. Cornerbacks Jesse Vick and Blake Hamrick. And at safety, Maurice Spurgeon and A.J. Barnes. Odom with a handoff on first down gains 3 yards up to the 35-yard line and bring up a 2nd down and 7. Odom a little slow to get up.
And that's what this Queen City offense brings. Lots of formations. Very balanced. You can't count or take away one thing because, you know, Caswell can light it up. Or Odom can line it up, so you have to be on your best behavior at all times.
4 receiver set here. Ball is handed off to Odom again. Immediately wrapped up at the line. Still able to gain a few yards. Brings up a 3rd down and a manageable 3 from the Chicago 31-yard line.
21 long has been big on his total so far. Let's see if they trust Odom on this 3rd and 3 or if they go to the air.
Crowd here in Buffalo nice and quiet, letting their offense work. Offset I formation. Ball is handed off to Odom. Oh, no blocking. Immediately wrapped up and tackled in the backfield by A.J. Barnes with a tackle for a loss.
Yeah, that was not blocked well at all. And what can Odom do? He can try to lower the shoulder, but with a player like Barnes, they're not going very far.
A.J. Barnes in his 3rd season with Chicago, coming over from Tallahassee when the team was formed. 15 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, now 2. 3 passes defense and an interception on the season so far. Punt is away, taken back at the 11-yard line and clotheslined down at the 17. I lied. He took it at the 16, gained a yard, and got leveled. And Matt, unique punter-kicker Ricky Matthews on the Corsairs. Most teams, have a player in each position. The Corsairs have the one guy, and he fills both roles.
He must be injecting his leg with something, because I don't know. If it's a long game, he could be very, very tired. Don't want his leg falling off.
It's a super kicker. So 1st down and 10 for E.T. King and company. The ball is handed off to J. Calvin Kim, wrapped up and tackled in the backfield for a loss. Linebacker Avery King in on the tackle. Let's take a look at that Queen City defense, starting with defensive end Jeff Duffy on the line. Avery King, you just saw at linebacker. At cornerback, Leroy Jenkins and Oskar Dunklee. And at safety, Zane Doty, Achilles Frank, and Nacho Sicario. King back to throw, swing route down to Kim, going back to the well.
Ooh, that
flag on the play. It came late. I don't know if that was a late hit out of bounds. It looked close.
Could be a hold. Clip it.
And a face mask call.
I didn't see that, but it's certainly possible. Didn't have the best angle.
Leroy Jenkins called for the face mask. Will tack 15 on to the end of that run and an automatic 1st down for the Chicago offense.
Let's take a look here and see what Jenkins did. What?
That's a phantom call.
Maybe they had the wrong number.
Yeah. It's quarterback E.T. King with a perfect rating so far.
Is that ref 60 whatever?
R62.
62.
King back to throw on 1st down. Swing route over to Kim again.
Oh,
breaks his
man.
first tackle. Can't break the second. Gets up to the Chicago 40-yard line. Brings up a 2nd down and 5.
Those Crisco legs of J. Calvin Kim. As far as we know, it's Crisco.
Kim with the handoff on 2nd down. Gains 3 up to the 43-yard line. Taking a look at the chat, Marie Spurgeon, Shan Varner, J.C. Torres, Maskermind, Clint Hendershot, Nacho Sicario. Hey, he says I'm his favorite announcer. We're going to mention more things about Nacho Sicario now, aren't we? Maybe it's just because I pronounced his name correctly. Jeff Duffy.
I do love nachos.
I could go for some nachos right now. 3rd down and 2. King back to throw. Swing route. Oh, that one's immediately wrapped up and tackled in the backfield. Zane Doty and Leroy Jenkins combining for the tackle for the loss on the play.
And that was poorly designed, or at least the defense was well prepared because they were spread out. So they almost sacked the quarterback, and when they saw that wasn't going to happen, they just converged.
So it brings up.
It's much better if they're at a 4-4 or a 4-3 or 5-2, something like that.
Brings up a 4th down and 5. Malcolm Perrin on to punt. Kyrie Tate takes the ball at the 26-yard line, spins his way up to the 27. Not the most majestic of spins. Gains a yard.
He needs to go back to ballerina school.
1st down and 10 for the Queen City offense. Interesting fact here from Shan Varner, Matt. Quarterback E.T. King for the Chicago Wildcats and outside linebacker Avery King of the Queen City Corsairs are brothers. So it's the Battle of the King brothers here today in Buffalo.
Well, which one will phone home?
What? Ash Odom running over the left-hand side, breaks a tackle up to the 41-yard line, averaging 6.3 per carry so far today.
E.T. phone home.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
All right, Odom off tackle here, and just beautiful blocking, and Odom does what he does and says, no, I'm not going to go down on first contact.
Dylan Rowland with the tackle. Brings up a 1st down and 10 from the Queen City 41-yard line. Matt, jokes usually aren't funny if you need to explain them.
It's all right.
Maybe I'm just slow. Listen.
That way,
it's
next
possible.
time I tell it, it'll be funny.
I will laugh. Maybe. Offset I formation here on 1st down. Odom with the handoff again, running over to the left-hand side, ducks a tackler inside the 40, inside the 30, up to the 24-yard line, finally wrapped up and tackled. Huge run.
Whew. I got to catch my breath out of that one.
I think he's adding to that average a little bit.
We're going to the outside of this defense, and look at the blocking. And then he tried to truck some guy, and I think one of the guys said, no, I don't want any of that. I'll just go away.
Ducks the tackler and ends up chasing him down and finally catching him from behind, but not before a huge gain.
Defense has to make the correct adjustments here.
So 1st down and 10 from the 24-yard line. Caswell under center. Caswell back to throw. Quick pass to the the right-hand side. Left and right is hard to the fullback. Gains 7 yards. Brings up a 2nd down and 3 inside the red zone.
I like that call because Ash Odom's probably huffing and puffing, and you don't want to wear him out, so you just run a little past your fullback, and hey, I'd be good with 4, and they got 7, so now Odom should be a little bit more well-rested. They can pound him now if they need to.
Hadley Diamante with his 2nd pass his way.
Ooh,
Odom, no gain on the play. 3rd down and 3. Diamante dropped that first one, which was pretty easy curl route. He ran about 3 yards, stopped, turned, passes right into his hands, and boink. But they're not afraid to go back to him, and it paid off on that 1st down play, gaining 7 yards. 3rd down and a manageable 3 from the 13-yard line, but it's going to have to wait. We are at the end of the 1st quarter. Your score, Chicago Wildcats 7, your hometown Queen City Corsairs nothing. As we get this 2nd quarter started, flip field. A.J. Caswell under center, offset I formation. Odom with the handoff, has room to run inside the 10, 5, all the way down to the 2-yard line. First down and goal with only 2 yards to go.
Yeah, how many times? I think that's the 3rd or 4th time they've run that play, and each time it's been for over 10 yards, I would say.
Yeah, it's paying off. Doesn't matter which direction they run it.
I mean, look at, and then Odom again, not going down on first contact, getting yards and yards and more yards. So let's see if he can.
Go ahead. I'm
just saying, let's see if they run him up the middle. He hasn't been as successful going right at these Chicago linebackers.
6'1".
This isn't the side I prefer the goal line.
Takes the handoff, breaks the first tackle, can't break the second or the third. 6'1", 230 pounds. He's a load to bring down. This is his 2nd season on Queen City, coming over from Alaska last season. So far, 612 yards, 8 touchdowns, averaging about 6 yards a carry. I mean, that's a beast, Matt.
Yeah. I mean, again, look at this formation from Chicago. I'd want to run up the middle on this.
Straight through the guard and tackle, or guard and center, right up the middle. Running off tackle.
Oh.
Didn't work again. Tackled at the line, brings up a 3rd down and goal. They actually lost a yard.
Yeah, you're running right at the linebackers that are split out instead of right in the middle where they're not quite set. So now I think I had to pass the ball here. Odom's got to be a little bit tired, and I think they're in the gun. Yep.
Well, we haven't seen anything out of Chris Curtis yet, leading receiver on the team, almost 400 yards and a pair of touchdowns on the season. Caswell making a change at the line. Caswell will throw, has time, steps up into the pocket, and he might just run for it, and A.J. Caswell runs it in for a Queen City touchdown. How about that, Matt?
Ooh, almost as pretty as me.
Nothing quite as exciting as seeing the quarterback just decide, screw it, I'm going.
Well, I mean, yeah, no replay? Come on, truck. Yeah, anytime a quarterback runs in for a touchdown, it should be an automatic replay.
At least like 4 different angles, right?
Oh, exact slow-mo, pylon cam, I don't want it all.
Ricky Matthews on for the extra point try. Max Barney on for the hold. Kick is up and through. We're all tied up here early in the 2nd quarter. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music.
Join the world's fastest growing sim football community by jumping onto our Discord server. Use the Discord command in chat to keep up with schedules, news, notes, announcements, and polls. Jump off the sidelines and into the action here where we're loading legends at the SFL.
Corey Carter taking the ball back at his own 6-yard line. Fast wide receiver there, brings it up to the 30. Matt, Corey Carter, kick returner to keep your eye on today. So far, 2 kick returns for touchdowns on the season. One was in week 1. The other one was last week against the London Knights. And you know, it seems like just about every game we've called so far this season has had a kick return for a touchdown. And you know, if anybody's going to do it, Corey Carter is the man to get it done for us today. So anytime the ball's kicked off to him, I'm interested to see what happens. J. Kelvin Kim runs right up the middle, untouched until he gets 9 yards, finally wrapped up and tackled. 23 yards on 6 carries so far. Not the greatest average, not doing what Ash Odom's doing, but
he's had a few nice carries today and a few not so nice carries, but
yeah.
I still say remember in Chicago's first drive, he was pretty much the key. Swing passes and running the ball, but last couple of drives been fizzling out. Someone said, not just Sicario, said Caswell has 4.9 40 speed. I think they're being generous.
J. Calvin Kim gains the first down, fell across the first down marker. He was actually wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage and leaned his way forward. Brings up a first down and 10 from the Chicago 40-yard line. Queen City defense playing way off, expecting the pass. Chicago taking advantage of that swing route down to Kim. Gains another 7. They're really taking advantage of what the Queen City defense is showing them and getting it in Kim's hands any way they can.
Well, yeah, that's how they did it on their first drive when they scored a touchdown, pretty much.
Brings up a 2nd down and 3.
Now they just need Simons to get involved again.
Kim with the handoff. Oh, wrapped up right at the line. Tackled. No gain on the play. Will bring up a 3rd down and 3.
Love to see a lineman in Buffalo with the last name of Smith.
Tommy Smith in on the tackle. Not to be confused with any other Smith from the Buffalo area.
Not quite the same as Bruce, but you know.
Kim with the handoff on 3rd down and 3. Gains 1st down yardage. Crosses midfield up to the 44-yard line. 1st down and 10. Wildcats.
Kim just takes this great blocking on a trap and lowers the shoulder and gets as many yards as he can. So it's a good job on by the Chicago O-line to open that hole for him. And they've been able to do that pretty consistently.
E.T. King under center here on 1st down, having a decent season himself. 766 yards, 6 touchdowns, 72% completion percentage. Under pressure this time. Somehow avoids the sack, gets the pass away. Shan Varner, his intended target, but the pressure got to him a little. Pass was a little in front of his receiver, Matt.
Yeah, I'll give him an A+ effort on that, though. He was going to get taken down. He's like, I got to get rid of the ball. How many times in the SFL have you seen a quarterback just sit there and just get sacked?
Yeah.
And
Well, I thought he was. I'm starting to look to see who it was that got the sack, but all of a sudden I see that King is still up and throwing. Trips formation to the left-hand side. King to throw. Out route to the left-hand side. Complete to Corey Carter for 1st down yardage and a little bit more up to the 32-yard line.
And you see Carter's acceleration when he caught that ball? I thought he wasn't going to have a shot at that 1st down, but boy, he got it easily.
Yeah, it was one of the shorter variants of the out route, and
all
too often we see those get tackled behind the line, like you said.
Well, not just that, they run out of bounds. You get a 2 or 3 yard gain. The guy has nowhere to turn up.
A bit of a bunch formation here on 1st down. Kim with the handoff only can get back to the line. Averaging 3.3. That's not terrible. You'd rather see that up a little bit over 4, wouldn't you, Matt?
Yeah, well, I mean, Bentley didn't do that great for us, but we still won the game.
A win's a win. A shutout's a shutout, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah, a shutout. These teams already scored more points than definitely more than Sioux Falls did a couple hours ago.
Shade being thrown here in Buffalo. Kim,
oh, no.
Kim with a loss on that play brings up a 3rd and 12 and backed up just about out of field goal range, I would say. I mean, it would be about a 49-yarder from this distance.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the wind situation is, but
it's about a 9-mile-an-hour wind, so it's not too bad. Not like we have seen in Buffalo at times.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that wind spirals too. It's crazy. And this is the kind of formation I expect out of Chicago. They need those yards.
Yep, 5 receivers set here. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. King backed pass going deep over the middle. Oh, nearly intercepted. In and out of the hands of Nacho Sicario. Can't haul it in, but it does bring up a 4th and 12, and I believe we are going to see Malcolm Perrin on to punt for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Nacho with a good job there, just being at the right place at the right time. And luckily it wasn't a pick. Maybe his hands were a little slippery from all that cheese.
Less cheese on the hands, Nacho. Less cheese on the hands. Punt is away. Kyrie Tate back to receive. He will let it bounce down at about the 8. Bounces down to the 3.
Oh, what a nice play.
Refs will spot it at the 4-yard line. Beautiful, beautiful punt by Malcolm Perrin.
Now we'll see what Ash Odom can do. Look at this coverage. He waits, sees the ball, grabs it, says, yep, I'm not going to run to that end zone. Nope.
Gunner Neil Patel, a strong safety, one of the backup strong safeties for the Wildcats. Doing a fantastic job on special teams.
That's a scary sight. 8 yards a carry. Hello.
Wow, 88 yards already on 11 carries. And I expect we'll see a heavy dose of Ash Odom right here as they're backed up into their own end zone. Odom takes the handoff, breaks a tackle, and gains a couple of yards. 2nd down and 7 up to the 8.
Actually, technically, Hendershot did tackle him, but
he started to break the tackle.
He brought him down by his feet, luckily. I think that's the shortest I've seen that run go tonight. Been drinking too much. Sorry, I was just playing a game, had to celebrate.
Absolutely. Yeah, showed him not tackled that time. Breaks a couple and gets his way past the 20.
Making that 8-yard average back and a little bit more. He must have got 14 on that run. This is just straight up the middle.
This is what we wanted to see out of that.
Good blocking. Good. Look at that. Up, getting skinny, and then just gets as many yards as possible. Ash Odom seeming to make the most out of every run.
Well, once he gets up to full speed, it doesn't matter how many people get in his way. He's at least going to get a few more yards when he makes contact. It's only been when he's wrapped up right at the line that he hasn't at least gotten a few. So 3 receivers set to the right, none to the left. Caswell under center. Caswell 7-step drop, back to throw, going deep down the right sideline. Has a man all the way down at the 44. Finally, we see Chris Curtis getting involved.
Like a ghost, he suddenly appears. I was looking at him. He was open the whole way. Caswell finally saw what I saw. Wide open Curtis, and he just got it there in time. Probably should have thrown that about a second earlier, but yeah.
What a catch. What a catch for Chris Curtis. Jumping, catching, getting the feet down. Albinos are people too, Matt.
I wasn't going to make that comment, but okay.
Well, you did say he was like a ghost.
Well, yeah, you know, he hasn't shown up so far in the game, and finally he did.
Oh, 1st down and 10 from the 44-yard line. Caswell under center, hands the ball off to Odom, has blockers out front, running down the right side, almost 1st down yardage, crosses midfield up to the 46-yard line, 2nd down and 1.
It's rare to see this combination of size and speed in the SFL, and vision too, and Odom has it all, and he's got it working. Chicago has got to be panicking a little bit. It's a tie game, but if he keeps eating the defense up like this, and watch out, I smell an off-tackle run. Let's see if I'm right or not. And they're shifting the wrong way.
They did shift the wrong way. Ash Odom.
Oh, jeez.
Stiff arms one man, gets through the second, and then gets leveled. Absolutely pounded by A.J. Barnes, but he's already over 100 yards on the day.
The linebacker shifted the wrong way. Look at that. Hendershot tried. Oh, my God. Barnes said, okay, I've had enough of this BS. I'm just going to take you down. But, yeah, they have to be so frustrated. Look how much time they've had the ball. They started, what, the 5 or 4? This is one of the longer drives I've seen.
Caswell making a change at the line.
Oh, no.
Free play. Caswell flips it over to Odom. Tackled behind the line, but that won't matter. They're going to get a free 5 yards on this one as the Wildcat defense jumped off sides.
I think Odom's going to be talking to his quarterback on that throw. Bro, why'd you do that to me? Just throw it deep.
Just
got tattooed.
Defensive end Paul Spears called for the neutral zone infraction. Brings up a 1st down and 5 from the 30-yard line. Matt, it's still kind of weird watching the Corsairs from up here in the booth. I'm used to being down there on the field. Glad to join you in Mexico City this season, though. Had fun so far, doing pretty well. Offset.
Here we go again.
Formation. Odom, another beautiful run, another 1st down.
They got to button up that on the defensive side. I think what's going on is they got the 43 defense in where they run off. All those linebackers can't catch Ash Odom because they're all bunched up in the middle. They got to spread those linebackers out. At least you're going to come out with 3 linebackers.
So we approach the 2-minute warning, see if we can get the snap off. Another free play. Odom wrapped up and tackled in the backfield, which is to be expected because the defensive lineman got a bit of a head start.
Even Odom knows. Yeah, it's you guys.
Another neutral zone infraction. Shan Varner's got to get his defense under control here at halftime. I mean, as we reach the 2-minute warning. Yeah, the Wildcats doing a good job of staying in the game. I mean, we mentioned that, you know, both teams have a top 10 defense, and, you know, the Corsairs obviously 3-1 and the Wildcats 1-2 coming into this game. So, you know, the edge kind of goes to Queen City just looking at, you know, the record alone. But, you know, Wildcats staying in this game, but you can't afford. I mean, they've already given away 10 yards, and you just can't do that. Caswell back to throw, swing route over to the fullback again, and he is leveled after a couple yards. Clint Hendershot has seen quite enough of Diamante.
Yeah, I think header shot's seen enough about a lot of people on Queen City, but by the way, did Shane just get grayer overnight? This game is causing him to age rapidly.
Yes, he came to the game with much darker hair, and already after 2 quarters, he's got more grays. Odom,
how is that
carrying men. I think his knee was down just before the line. 3rd down and inches from the Chicago 15.
Well, I think it's Odom time again. This clock is ticking away. So, pressure's on Chicago to stop him here.
Queen City, no particular hurry. Oh, Odom wrapped up behind the line and brought down. And Queen City, for some inexplicable reason, calls a timeout.
The defense finally said, off tackle run. This time we got keyed on it, and they did that. They saved their bacon. So now, at worst, they're going to be down 3, and Queen City kind of did Chicago's job for him by calling a timeout there.
Did Eric Barkley just ice his own kicker?
No, because the kicker wasn't on the field yet.
Okay. 35-yard field goal try coming up. Kick is away, and it is through. Queen City taking the lead right before halftime. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music.
Want to do what I do? Contact me in the DM on Discord to find out how you can get involved with streaming live games, calling games, or breaking them down on the air with our broadcast team. Or help make our production even better by joining our new live stats team, helping our broadcasters shine brighter. We are #Loading Legends in the SFL.
Ricky Matthews has the ball teed up. Dangerous Corey Carter back to return. Seen a lot of kick returns for touchdowns right before the half. Running up to the 25, wrapped up and tackled. Won't happen this time. 1st down and 10 from the 26. All 3 timeouts and about a minute to go. I think that the Chicago offense can try to get something going here, don't you, Matt?
Eric Barkley says great time management, so he's actually complimenting himself.
Well,
I don't know about that, Eric.
I think he might have been being sarcastic.
No, I don't think he's he's always serious. He had no sarcasm in his vocabulary.
4 receiver set. Queen City in a, looks like a dollar defense. Pass over the middle, complete for a short gain. We'll go into the no-huddle offense.
They're going to need a bigger play than that here.
Austin Matrullo with the reception. 4th-string receiver King going deep down the right side. There's your bigger play. Buchanan Simons, the intended target. Incomplete pass. Leroy Jenkins in coverage.
Jenkins needs to make a few good plays after missing that tackle on the touchdown that, and then he was offsides on another play. He had the face mask. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, he just bats it away.
Yeah, Jenkins.
That's a smart play.
Jenkins, an undrafted rookie free agent, 6'2", 198 pounds. He's got 15 tackles on the season. 1 tackle for a loss and 4 passes defense. No interceptions yet in his rookie debut. 4 receivers set for the Wildcats. King back to throw. Quick pass right into the hands of a Queen City defender, and he drops the ball.
See, Eric Barkley's a mastermind. He's going to get the ball back with 2 timeouts in 37 seconds. He saved time for his own offense.
I'm sure that's just how he planned it.
It is. This guy hasn't won every other championship for nothing.
That's right.
Trust the process.
It's the Buffalo way.
Exactly.
Malcolm Perrin on to punt yet again. Queen City coming for the block. Just gets the punt away. Kyrie Tate dangerously takes the punt and is tackled at the 37-yard line. So we'll have 29 seconds and a pair of timeouts for A.J. Caswell, one of the more experienced quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, does Barkley give him the green light to throw here or not? That's the question.
I think he should.
We're going to see how smart Eric Barkley is right here on this play call.
Caswell's got 923 yards on the season, approaching 1,000, 7 touchdowns, 64% completion percentage. He has thrown 9 picks, though, so maybe you do just play it safe and take the lead into the half. Ash Odom takes the handoff down the right-hand side, gets past midfield, and now we're going to put our foot on the gas. 20 seconds to go here in the first half.
I'm going to call the timeout, but whatever they want to do, okay.
Well, we already used that timeout. Caswell back to throw. Quick pass over the middle, complete. Hauled in by Dupree Hudson, and now Queen City will use a timeout with 7 seconds to go. And Matt, I think they'll just need to Hail Mary it now.
Yeah. You're out of your kicker's range unless you're feeling real frisky and you got the wind. So.
Well, we did say that Ricky Matthews has one of those freak legs since he's able to kick and punt. And I hear he bakes a mean batch of chocolate chip cookies, too.
Batter up. Here comes Ricky Matthews. Let's see if he can do it all.
46-yard field goal try for Matthews. This should take us to the half. Assuming this is going to be a 53-yard field goal try. It's up and no good. Wide left.
Well, at least it wasn't wide right.
Yeah, it's not the Buffalo way. So there's 3 seconds now, and now do we see E.T. King throw a Hail Mary, Matt?
I would.
May as well at least take a shot, right?
Let's see if did he have the distance? Yeah, I think he was short and to the left, but you know, I think that's an okay try to, you know. Hail Marys are such a low percentage play in this league, and this is gonna be a long throw. We'll see what E.T. King's arm's made of.
Well, it'll be quite a momentum shifter if instead of going for the Hail Mary and missing, you go for the field goal and miss, and give the Wildcats the ability to give it a shot if they can make it in. King back to throw. Under pressure, wrapped up and sacked. That will bring us to halftime as we hear the trumpeter going nuts.
Time to wake up if you're in the military.
So we will be back after the half. Your score after 2, Wildcats 7, Corsairs 10. Don't go away. Welcome back to Conpro Field as we get a look at the pirate ship. Love that pirate ship in the end zone.
I think they have. It's in water, so never mind. There was water when I was in it. It's fun. You can have a 7-day cruise, go nowhere, but you know.
Garcia has the ball teed up, and we have the second half underway. Kyrie Tate back to receive, takes the ball at his own 10-yard line, up past the 20, gets it up to the 30-yard line, and we will see A.J. Caswell lead the offense back out onto the field. So, Matt, what's your analysis of the first half? What do you think so far?
Odom, and more Odom. He's been the story in this game.
He has, yeah, absolutely. He's well over 100 yards and, you know, just absolutely running away with it. His average is just sick. Offset I formation here on 1st down and 10. Caswell back to throw. Quick pass down the right side, and it is picked off, and that is a huge momentum shifter as Blake Hamrick intercepts the ball on the first play of the second half.
Yeah, that's what you don't need. You've got Odom running like a god, and you decide to throw on 1st down. Yeah. I don't know, Eric. I'm kind of Shaking my head at that call.
Sporadic timeouts and questionable throws. What's going on in Buffalo? First down and 10 for the Chicago Wildcats from the Queen City 38-yard line. King under center, hands the ball off to J. Calvin Kim, running up the left for a gain of 3, wrapped up and tackled. Second down and 7.
That's what Queen City should have done.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, they or throwing the ball to Mike down. Oh wait, you're not there anymore.
I mean, he could have heaved it up to the booth. I can still catch.
Looks like a screenplay here. We'll see what happens.
Another swing route over to the right-hand side.
No.
This one read perfectly by Zane Doty. Tackle for a loss on the play. Brings up a third down and 8.
That's not what the doctor ordered, but so now the Queen City defense can rest assured it's a pass. Unless, you know, E.T. King decides to do a Caswell and run 8 yards, but I don't think he can make 8 yards.
Third down and 8. E.T. King in the gun. 5 receivers set. King going deep down the middle, and it is picked off. Intercepted by Achilles Frank, and the Queen City defense steps up and answers for the Queen City Corsairs. Almost called them the Buffalo Corsairs. So confused.
They're in Buffalo.
Same thing.
Well, just consider that a good punt if you're the Wildcats, I guess. They're at the 9. So
Nacho Sicario with the tip.
Nacho. Well, cheese fingers. There, I got it right.
It's all falling apart here in the booth. We have no idea what we're talking about. Achilles Frank with his 3rd interception on the season.
Had some nachos at the half.
Will you stop with the nachos? Odom has the handoff, running down the left-hand side. Huge yards. See, that's what we should have done to get the first half, or excuse me, the second half started. I have no idea. The trumpet's going. There's the nachos everywhere. Matt, you made a mess at halftime.
I know.
There's literally nacho crumbs everywhere. There's cheese covering the entire counter. It's even, I mean, it's on the equipment, Matt. This is
all right.
Unacceptable.
Cam will clean it up later.
we need all new equipment. It's covered in cheese. First down and 10 from the Queen City 24-yard line. Caswell back to throw. Quick pass over the middle's caught by Chris Curtis for a first down up to the 36-yard line.
That's a one-handed snag by Curtis. That's the way to help out your quarterback there. Just runs a nice post route. Oof. One-handed that puppy. Looking like Odell Beckham.
Pass was a little far in front of him, but he was able to get it.
Well, he's the most experienced receiver on the squad, so if you're going to trust a guy, trust Chris Curtis.
Absolutely. Almost 400 yards on the season so far. Now over 400 with those. Well, a little spin by Caswell. Dumps the ball down. Hauled in by Jones Branch.
He obviously went to Juilliard Ballet School on that play. It's like, whoop, no sack for you. And we've had a close game, but this Chicago defense is got to be getting a little tired because I think the time of possession is probably slanted heavily in Queen City's favor.
Ash Odom questionably not in the backfield. Quick pass down the left side, complete to the 41, making it look like that was the greatest plan ever. Dupree Hudson with the reception. First down and 10.
Giving her a rest, getting some weapons out there for Caswell. The veteran does what he does best. Right there, boop, fit it in between that zone, and nice job to hang on from Hudson. That's right, TMG Junior. It ain't easy being cheesy.
So first down and 10 for the Queen City offense in Chicago territory. Caswell making a change at the line. Out route to Chris Curtis on the right-hand side. Saw the defense playing off just a bit. Blake Hamrick smacking Curtis out of bounds.
Almost to the fan. It's hot. Maybe Curtis wanted the air. It's hot in Buffalo.
Beautiful 80-degree day. A little overcast here. Slight breeze. Overall, pretty nice football weather. A little toasty, especially for the boys down on the field. A.J. Caswell in the gun. Flanked by a running back on each side. Hands the ball off to Ash Odom. Can't get anything there. Brings up a 3rd down and 3.
One of my favorite plays of all time, the shotgun draw. It's just the best play ever created.
Was there sarcasm there?
Perhaps. I don't know. Unlike Eric Barkley, I do know the ways of the sarcasm.
So 3rd down and a manageable 3 for Caswell. Back to pass. Finding a target open on the left side, but that route was jumped and batted away. Incomplete pass intended for Dupree Hudson.
And number 26 got his big mitts on there, and that's key because I think they're out of field goal range. Corsairs are going to have to punt.
It'll be about a 51-yard try from here. Ricky Matthews on the field, but what is it for? It looks like a punt.
Yeah, I don't think he's in field goal formation.
Well,
doesn't want to make it harder on himself.
They tried the one from 53 earlier, and that didn't
Maybe they're going to try a drop kick. That'd be awesome.
Punt is away, calling for the fair catch back at the 17-yard line. That's fair caught by 26. That wasn't even Corey Carter back there.
You can tell this wind, it was just too much for him to kick into it for a field goal. That punt just dragged.
So 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats. E.T. King back to throw. Checks it down to J. Calvin Kim on the left-hand side. Gains 5 yards and brings up a 2nd down and 5. That's been their bread and butter play today, Matt.
Yeah, this has been an unusual low-scoring affair. Both these teams can definitely put up some numbers, but it's been kind of this way in the SFL. Defenses so far have reigned supreme.
Yep. Absolutely. If it wasn't for our field goal kicker,
that interception from his mind too.
If it wasn't for Shan's son Cole in Mexico City, I don't even know if we'd win any game. Another swing route pass, complete for another short gain. This one 4 yards, brings up a 3rd down and 1. Surprised surprised Kim was able to pop up there, Matt.
Yeah, he's a tough guy. You know, it's a tough game for tough people.
Football is a tough game for tough people. It's about toughness and discipline, I hear.
One great coach said that in Buffalo.
3rd down and 1. The ball is handed off to Kim, and he is running downfield, past midfield up to the 40, 30, 25, 20, and finally wrapped up and tackled at the 14-yard line after a huge gain for J. Calvin Kim.
That flips this game on its head. They're already in field goal range. Look at the vision by Kim. Right through the blocking. He's running like a madman, and he just doesn't quite have enough to finish. But I think any Chicago fan would gladly take that run any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
That's right. Shan Varner telling me that Blake Hamrick's nickname is the Hammer, which was clearly shown on that tackle a couple plays ago. 4 receiver set here inside the red zone. Ball is handed off to J. Calvin Kim.
Jeez, this guy has got energy for days.
He stole Ash Odom's skill set there at the half, and I think that was a halftime adjustment.
He's got an oxygen mask hooked up to his helmet.
He hides the tank.
Right now he's getting the oxygen on the sidelines. What is this, though? He's on the sidelines. What are they going to do?
2nd down and 2. King back to throw. Checks it down to Enrico Bovino. Gains 1. Brings up a 3rd down and 1.
Is that the Mexican cousin of Tiberius Bovine?
Yeah. Distant cousins.
Is Ramos in the chat? Is Bovino, Bovine, and Mexican? we got a nacho. We got a Bovino.
In Mexican? I think they call it Spanish.
Oh, Mexican, Spanish, whatever. Slightly different. It's a different dialect, Mike. Trust me.
Oh, okay.
Ball
is handed off to Enrico.
Oh, man, I would have had to do the or whatever cow noise I could think of. Bovino.
1st down and goal from the Queen City goal line.
Did you say 1st down and goal?
1st down and Cole Varner. Wait, what? 1st down and goal. I believe
let's
Enrico
see.
Bovino is still out there. They could
The
really
full
use
house
J.
set.
Calvin Kim here. Bovino has the handoff and runs into the end zone for the Bovine touchdown. I think, is the crowd mooing?
It's the greatest backup I've ever seen. Enrico Bovino. The most interesting running back, at least backup, in the SFL.
The Wildcats take the lead here midway through the third quarter.
If you had told me at the beginning of the game that Enrico Bovino would have more touchdowns than J. Calvin Kim, well, actually the same amount, I would have told you were crazy.
Yes.
It's a competition now.
That was in my pregame notes. We forgot to cover that. Extra point is up and through. Chicago Wildcats 14, Queen City Corsairs 10. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music.
The Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music and is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com today and search through thousands of tracks to boost the quality of your stream just like us. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
First down and 10 from the Queen City 28-yard line. Caswell and his offense are going to have to put a drive together here to try to reclaim the lead from the Wildcats. Caswell not playing around as he has 5 wide receivers.
And Chicago's on a 4-3. Not the best look.
Caswell back to throw, has time, checks it down over the middle.
Whoa.
Complete and viciously tackled by Clint Hendershot. Kyrie Tate with the reception.
What's his nickname again?
Whose?
Hendershot.
I don't know. We'd have to
I
ask
thought he had a
Shan.
nickname. Shan, what's his nickname in the chat?
It was Blake Hamrick that was the hammer.
Oh. And, fine. Hendershot.
Thundershot. I don't know. Caswell under center here on second down and 4.
Big shot. Uh-oh.
Caswell with another free play. Finds a man over the middle up to the 45-yard line. Complete to Dupree Hudson. This offsides penalty will likely be declined.
Neutral zone infraction, number 94, defense.
Number 94, Chris Sinareski, called for the offsides. Penalty is declined.
Yeah, not quite what you want to do when you got, a 4-point lead. You're trying to, lock down this Queen City offense, at least limit them as much as you can. And
Right.
giving away free yards on a free play, you might not have taken that shot if he knew there was nothing to, he wasn't going to get penalized in any way, even if he threw a pick.
Murray Spurgeon says he sometimes calls him Clint Deadshot.
That's a good one.
I like
Oh,
that.
no.
Showed him breaking a tackle, running down the right-hand sideline. Trying to break another tackle, gets up to the Chicago 32. Ash Odom hasn't lost a step yet here in the second half.
The beast has been unleashed again. Ugh.
So has the trumpeter.
Oh, we love the trumpeter. Well, look at that. Was that Hendershot? No, that was not Hendershot, but, again, I think it's key. If you don't get a highly paid player tackling Odom, he might not make the play, and it's been that way all game long.
It's first down and 10 from the Chicago 32-yard line. Caswell back to pass. Looking over the middle. Ooh, dangerously into double coverage, and the ball is swatted away. Robert Boucher Jr. with the pass deflection. He's the one that just missed that tackle on Odom, so makes up for it there. Could have picked that one off, though.
Robert Boucher? I think maybe it's Bobby Boucher. Robert Boucher. I think it's a secret code.
It could be.
I know, Shan. Is it Boucher or Boucher? Clear that up for me. I think I'm right.
Second down and 10. Offside eye formation. Caswell under center. Odom takes the handoff. Gains only a couple before he is met by a pair of Chicago defenders. Still 185 yards, 8.4 per carry. That's insane.
Yeah, that'd be a good day for any back, and we're still in the third quarter.
Trips formation to the right. Caswell to throw here on 3rd down and 7. Going deep down the right sideline into the end zone. Intended for Chris Curtis and batted away.
Amrex says no soup for you. No replay? Oh man, truck guys, come on. That was a great play, I believe, by Blake Hamrick, just saying. 'Cause that could have been a big death shot for the Chicago's chances of winning this game. Now we got a iffy field goal into the wind, remember.
This one from 46 yards out. Ricky Matthews ready for the snap. Kick is away. And through.
Oh.
Pegs it from 46 yards out. Brings us down to a 1-point game.
Just by a chest hair, look at this. Well, he had a little more leg than I thought, but boy, that thing was sinking in a hurry. So yes, Mike, I was right. It was
Bobby Boucher
Bobby
Jr.
Boucher. See, I got you, Shan. I know where you're coming from. That still gives Chicago a 1-point advantage here, and
Field goal game now, though.
yeah, field goal game for sure. But
can Corey Carter get something done here on this return?
Whoa.
Spins, gets up to the 31-yard line. Thought he might break that one away.
Yeah, every time I see a spin, I get excited. Almost.
Some score updates from the commish in the chat for you all to see. If you want to stay up to date even quicker and easier than waiting on those updates, download the Score Stream app available for Android or iPhone. E.T. King back to pass. Passing. Oh, gosh. Triple coverage down the right side and easily picked off by the Queen City defense. Returned up to the, about that looks like the 29-yard line. Leroy Jenkins making up for previous mistakes.
He was open right here. He's running some kind of out route, and God, jeez.
It had to be a miscommunication or something.
Yeah, he was running left, right, up, down the contra code, and I think that wherever King threw was not where the contra code was going. So Leroy Jenkins is kind of made up for his follies early there with an interception. Wait, is that his first interception of his career?
Leroy Jenkins, that was his first ever career pick.
I gotta do it. Leroy Jenkins.
Ash Odom with the handoff, running off tackle to the left-hand side, inside the 20, and another Queen City first down.
He's the one-man wrecking crew.
He's just literally running away with this game.
Look at that blocking, though. Boom.
And a huge mistake there for the Chicago offense to throw that pick there. And, I mean, we just got done saying it was a field goal game, and now obviously easily inside field goal range as we have a 1st down and 10 inside the SFL red zone. Caswell back to throw. Quick out route to the left-hand side. Dupree Hudson, 4-yard gain on the reception.
Yeah, you gotta be careful here when you're Queen City chucking the ball around. You gotta give Odom some break. I might give it to him right here on the 2nd and 6. See if he can get you that first, and then you're like 1st and 10 from the 1st and 6. Yeah, because Caswell has thrown that one pick earlier in the game. So,
well, Caswell has more picks than touchdowns on the season so far, but you know, with Ash Odom back there, he's able to still win some ball games here. Ash Odom with the handoff, trucking through a defender, gaining a few yards up to the 9-yard line, brings up a 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, just give him the ball again and let him get your 1st down.
Just run the same play.
Yep, you're just in the catbird seat from the 7.
So we get a look at Maurice Spurgeon patrolling the backfield.
And they got a guy sitting in the end zone, so.
Caswell has the ball, running off tackle to the left and walks untouched into the end zone for a touchdown. Queen City reclaims the lead.
That play has worked about 8 times. 8 out of 9 times they've gotten major yards out of it. They get them stuck in that 4-3 defense, and they just can't The linebackers aren't quick enough to get to the outside. They're blocked. Look at the blocking. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. You got 76 clears out of man.
So, Matt, here we are late in the third quarter. Queen City gets the touchdown. Do you go for 2 and make it a 7-point game, or would you just go for the field goal? Too early to go for 2?
Yeah, I think it's too early. They're in the third. Take your 6-point lead.
I love going for 2. But it's not to be. Extra point is up. And through. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music.
Follow the SFL on Twitter at SimulationFL.
All right, well, Chicago's got a lot to be.
Subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already
hang on,
here,
Matt.
right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet, and make sure you never miss a live broadcast. Thank you for supporting the SFL.
Sorry about that, Matt. Andy Hamilton was trying to talk over you. Corey Carter with the kick return, running down the right sideline. Dangerous kick returner. Not able to get one going there, but brings it up to the 29-yard line, gives his offense decent starting field position. What were you saying, Matt?
I was just saying that Chicago shouldn't fret. I mean, they scored a touchdown. They got the lead again.
That's right.
And they did it very easily in the first possession of the game. So they need to go back to that formula of Kim, and a little bit of the receivers.
So trips formation to the left for E.T. King. King to throw. Checks it down to the right. Ooh.
Whoa.
Intended target was Shan Varner, and I think he just outthrew him.
Yeah, and it looks like more confusion. King's got to get his head on a little bit here.
Just gotta take a deep breath and slow down. I mean,
yeah,
a lot of football left. You have a whole quarter and 47 seconds. Only down 1 score.
And look, Queen City's ready for this swing pass. I think is it coming? Oh no!
Kim runs it straight up the middle. Gains a handful of yards. Brings up a 3rd down and 7.
Oh, good deception there from Chicago. They fooled me. I thought it was a swing pass. They said, no, we're going to run it. Not quite as many yards as they thought they would get, probably. So,
big
conversion here.
Game clock a few seconds ahead of the play clock, so we will see a snap before the end of the quarter. 5 receivers set. King in the gun. King back to pass. Out route, left-hand side complete, and his receiver falls down and lands out of bounds. Pass was hauled in by J.C. Torres. And Matt, J.C. Torres was another Week 4 signing, so this is only his 2nd game. Actually, he's the one that we brought up earlier. He had a great game in his rookie debut last week. 116 yards on 6 receptions and a touchdown. But, you know, the younger receivers need to learn that, you know, if you're short of the sticks, you can't just, you got to get the feet in, but even more important, you're going to have to turn upfield. You can't fall out of bounds like that.
And rookies have a lot of up and down games, so don't be too hard on him yet. He could catch a big one.
Kyrie Tate takes the punt at the 28-yard line, immediately wrapped up and tackled. And that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Your score, Wildcats 14, Corsairs 20. So 1st down and 10 for the Queen City Corsairs. Caswell back to throw. Swing route out to the fullback. Gains about 9.9 yards. Clint Hendershot with another death shot. 9 tackles on the day for Hendershot.
Yeah, that one hurt. But 9 yards, I mean, with this Queen City running game, that's like money in the bank for a 1st down.
I was expecting to see Ash Odom run there on 1st down, but here we are, 2nd down in inches. Offset I formation, another free play. Ash Odom wrapped up, tackled for a loss in the backfield, but once again, the Chicago Wildcats give some free yardage to the Corsairs, and this one's going to cost them an automatic 1st down.
Yeah, they need to button this up. They got to play as tight as possible because even a field goal is problematic. You get into the
Right.
2-score territory, and you can get pretty dicey.
Yeah, I mean, right now, just down 6 points. Touchdown, kick that extra point, and you win. You
Exactly.
can't let them get into field goal range. Ricky Matthews hitting the ball from over 40 earlier. Ash Odom with the handoff, runs up the middle, immediately wrapped up and tackled. Dylan Rowland wraps him up right at the line of scrimmage. They spot him with a 1-yard gain.
That's one of the better jobs this defense has done against Ash Odom.
Murray Spurgeon calling for both defensive ends to be cut. So there's no retraining, there's no practice. You jump off sides too many times, you get cut in Chicago. They are not messing around. Ash Odom off tackle to the left. This has worked all day. Ash Odom past midfield, wrapped up and tackled by A.J. Barnes, but not before yet another first down. Matt, look at those stats.
A nice 2-2-2.
222 yards and a touchdown for Ash Odom.
And you see the linebackers, they just jump up, and then the one linebacker gets blocked out, and there's no support. There's nobody. If you ran that against us in Mexico City, you know, we got Jeffrey Daggs in the box to clean up some of that stuff. But Chicago doesn't have another man in the box to just clean up that mess.
I know that Jeffrey Daggs kid. He's all right. Caswell with the quarterback sneak.
Boy.
Well, hey, when you have a guy like Ash Odom, the best thing to do is to run a quarterback draw.
Yeah. I guess it gives us some rest, but
Yeah, that's
your
why.
quarterback. You don't want your quarterback taking a hefty blow like that if,
Eric Barkley just trying to keep the game interesting for everybody, Matt.
Mm-hmm. We all know his decision-making is interesting sometimes.
Chicago defensive line shifting over to their right. Caswell back to throw. Out route to the right-hand side. Completes Kyrie Tate. Breaks a tackle and tiptoes his way out of bounds at the 31-yard line. And we are quickly approaching field goal range for Ricky Matthews.
Yeah, Kalu, and look at the angle 23 here takes. Oops. Before that, though, I mean, you tell this man is one of my burger boys because he was not covering him as well as he could have. He was kind of meandering out there, so he might be going back to McDonald's only.
You'll have to explain to our viewers what you mean by burger boys. People haven't watched our previous broadcast, but wait till after this play. Caswell to throw on first down. Checks it down to Ash Odom, trucking through one tackler. Watch out for Clint Hendershot. He is out for blood today. So what do you mean by burger boys, Matt?
That's our non-key players, the players that are making kind of the minimum wage. They got to work 2 jobs. They can't just play football all the time in the SFL. So I say that most of them probably work at McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's.
What about the Taco Bell?
Maybe 5 guys if they're, well.
Matt, you got to think outside the bun. Second down and 3 from the Chicago 24-yard line, offset I formation.
Mike, I like buns.
Couple-yard gain brings up a third down and 1. And I expect that we'll probably see another handoff to Ash Odom. I'm just going to ignore that last comment.
What? They're soft. They're squishy. They can be firm sometimes. They're just what the doctor ordered. They have seeds on them.
Anyhow, third down and 1 from the 23-yard line. Ash Odom with the handoff. Blockers out front. Again, Clint Hendershot with another shoulder to the face mask of Ash Odom. Ash a little slow to get up that time, but first down inside the red zone.
Yeah, and more importantly now, they're taking time off that clock, and Chicago looks like they're going to need 2 possessions somehow. So this is extremely important. Touchdown here could be the end.
Eric Barkley likes big buns. Ash Odom with the handoff, running up the middle. Dylan Rowland wraps him up and tackles him. But, Matt, another 7-yard gain. His average is just insane.
He's got to have close to 250 now. And I know we've had guys rush for more in the SFL, but this is one of the most consistent performances run-to-run that I've seen in the league, at least this season. And they might be going off tackle again.
Second down and 3. Offset I formation. We've seen this all day. Another off-tackle run for Odom. More blockers out front. And another first down. A.J. Barnes trying to do his best Clint Hendershot impersonation.
240 yards for Odom. I think they're just going to feed him the ball until he dies. Because, in the SFL, you'll be fine next week.
36 viewers watching our game right now, and if you're looking for a way to get more involved in the league, if you have a user player, if you're just a fan, you want something else to do while you're watching these games, join our live stats team. We don't have anyone on stats here for this game, so it's a little bit more difficult to bring you up-to-the-minute stats. So join the stats team. It truly helps us out a great deal. I know Scott LaRue would appreciate it. Ash Odom with the handoff to the right-hand side, and he is wrapped up and tackled at the 5, brings up a 2nd down and goal.
A.J. Barnes says, get the kid down. And now you're starting to see the carries taking their toll on Odom. He's starting to slow down, and they might need to pass the ball here or put in the backup. I think the backup is in.
And yet another free play. Caswell firing into the end zone. Dangerous pass, but obviously he had some security there as Dylan Rowland almost makes a pick.
Let's see who gets fired this time.
Would not have counted. This one once again on number 98, Paul Spears. He was called early on in the first half.
I think he's getting caught for sure.
Probably his final day as a Wildcat. He's a 6'4", 270-pound defensive end. Don't get used to him.
Here we go. Biggest play of the game.
The Chicago defense really needs to step up here and somehow try to force a turnover, punch the ball out of Odom's hands or something. Caswell hands the ball off. Odom's not even out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not Odom right now.
Todd Mack. Yeah. Todd Mack with the handoff, met right at the line, brings up a 3rd down and goal. And 2 yards out, I think you got to tell Odom, listen, buddy, get out there.
Yeah, but he's not.
He's not out there. It's
drinking
Todd
some coffee
Mack again.
Chicago playing further off, though, so they better be ready.
Caswell under center, offset I formation. Ball is handed off to Mack, running up the left-hand side. Mack, not quite the same as Ash. Wrapped up and tackled, and the defense held. But is it too little too late? 4 minutes to go here. Ricky Matthews coming on for the field goal, try to make this a 2-score game.
Yes, as JoJo would say. Too little too late. So it'll be about, look at the ball with about 3:40 to go. It's possible. It depends on the plays and their timeout usage for Chicago.
Max Barney on for the hold, letting the clock tick down as far as he can. Field goal is up and through. And Chicago is now looking at a 2-score deficit as the Corsairs extend their lead 23-14 over the Wildcats.
So if I'm Chicago, I want to get into, I would rather, get into field goal range quick, kick a field goal, kick it off to the Corsairs, and then, Ash Odom's dangerous, but you're going to get a chance to get the ball back. If you take too long on a touchdown drive, you're going to have to onside kick it. We all know that's a...
Let's see if Corey Carter can flip the field. Not to be here. 2 touchdown returns on the season so far. That would have been an opportune time for number 3. Maurice Spurgeon telling Spears that he's going to be running sprints until Shan throws up.
Well, I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
he's going to be running sprints forever, I think.
I guess. Just
Shan's got an iron stomach.
Dies. So E.T. King under center here on 1st down and 10 from the 27. Quick pass, dangerously into coverage and picked off. Intercepted by Achilles Frank. And that is brutal.
What? The zone, and that ball isn't even in the same area code as his wide receiver.
J.C. Torres the intended target, and that's just...
So now your scenarios are really limited. Ash Odom is going to get this ball about probably 3 straight times. So you have to stop him and get the ball back and not use your timeouts. So we'll see if Chicago can do that. You're stacking over to the right, maybe ready for that off-tackle run.
Ash Odom tackled right at the line of scrimmage after only a 1-yard gain. Dylan Rowland teaming up with A.J. Barnes and Clint Hendershot. basically the whole Chicago defense was ready for it that time.
Yeah, that's what they got to do. They got to have 3 guys over there because if you know it's coming. Now, what Queen City would be smart enough to do is, little touch on the button, move the other way, run it the other direction where they're not so stacked on the buttons.
Caswell letting as much time as possible tick off the clock, hands the ball off to Odom, running down the right side. Oh, has all sorts of room, trucks through a defender. Tackled after an 8-yard gain. 7-8-yard gain brings up a 3rd down and 2 from the Chicago 37-yard line. Outside of field goal range here, so would keep the score at 23 if they're able to get the stop, but now they'd be lucky to get the ball back with 2 minutes to go.
This is kind of for your timeouts, too. If they get a first down, and start burning them, you still might get the ball back, and they might still not be in field goal range. Oh boy. Let's see if the linebackers can pick this one up.
Chicago linebackers shifting to the correct side this time based on what we've seen. And
there you go,
yep,
Chicago.
They do smartly wrap up Odom and tackle him for a loss, bringing him back down to 247 yards. As we hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo, Queen City Corsairs 23, Chicago Wildcats 14. We will see how this game wraps up here. Coming up next, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Head over to Twitch. Rivalry night game as the Las Vegas Fury head to Denver to take on the Nightwings. Chris Curtis and Ramos Lynn on the call. Chris got to get on a supersonic jet here after this game ends. Punt is away. We'll bounce down at the 10, down at the 5, and that is where the ball will be spotted. So 95 yards and 2 scores needed. A tall order. Not impossible, but a tall order for the Chicago offense.
And we've only seen Chicago's offense hit on a deep ball once, and that was to Mr. Simons. So they're going to need to get lucky here a little bit.
3 receivers set here on 1st down and 10. They might try running to Kim to get some space, but no, they will pass. So out route to the left-hand side, nearly brought in by Oskar Dunklee for a pick 6. Just bounced off his fingertips.
Trying a safe out route to get a few yards, but Queen City had that one nailed. This is Queen City's strength, 2 corners and 3 safeties. They're ready for your receivers.
Four receivers set, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. King back to throw. Quick pass, hauled in with one hand over the middle, up to the 11. Running no huddle with a 3rd down and 4. King to pass again, checks it down to Kim behind the line of scrimmage, chucks his way up for a 1st down, and smartly is able to step out of bounds, saving Chicago their 3 timeouts. Minute and a half to go from the 16-yard line and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, how different would this game be if it's 20-14? It's not 23-14. That field goal was a real backbreaker for Chicago.
E.T. King in the gun. King back to pass, steps up, throws it over to the left-hand side, complete to Corey Carter. Steps out of bounds after a gain of 4. This is where we need to see him go deep, Matt.
Yeah, they're deep, but not in the middle of the field. They need to catch one of the Queen City corners napping. They take Corey Carter out, which I don't understand, but okay.
Yeah, when you need your break, you need your break. E.T. King came into the game with more touchdowns than picks, and unfortunately that is flipped for him here today. King back to pass, out route, right-hand side, complete. And they say he was in bounds. Buchanan Simons. 3rd down and 3.
Again, these would be fine plays to run if you're only down 6 even, but down 9, gotta take your shot. Same
formation we saw on the previous play, just flipped. King back to pass. Quick shot over the middle to Shan Varner, complete for a first down up to the Chicago 32-yard line. And King hurries his offense back to the line. Corey Carter back out on the field as well in the slot. King to throw, going deep over the middle, and it is caught. Wow, what a catch by Buchanan Simons.
Yeah, he slid for his quarter. Look at that slide. Woo-wee. Reaching out and saying safe. I don't know if he was touched.
I thought Sicario picked that one off. I was waiting to see him get up and return it the other way, and now I see the ref signaling first down.
Yeah, you wouldn't want that. I'd have to bust out more nachos.
You've had enough nachos. Stop
eating.
Never
enough.
First down and 10 from the Queen City 43-yard line. King, quick pass over to the right-hand side. Complete to Simons again at the 24-yard line, and they hurry back to the line. Matt, would you call a timeout right here, kick the field goal, and just do the onside kick now?
Yeah, probably. Well,
swing pass to J. Kelvin Kim, tackled behind the line of scrimmage and inbounds. Clock is still running. I know it's a tough call, but you need those 2 scores, so you may as well take the points and then just try to get the ball back now. You got to do it either way. King back to throw, deep over the middle. Looked like a little pass interference there, but Buchanan Simons, the intended target, incomplete.
Yeah, now I might think about it. I don't know. You got 29 seconds on the clock. You need a touchdown and a field goal. I think I have to hurl one towards the end zone here, or at least close. Yeah, because even if an onside kick, you're going to only have so much time. So you want that touchdown, so your onside kick, you only have to get about 15 yards for a field goal attempt. But we'll see what they draw up here.
Buffalo crowd making some noise. King in the gun. Only a 3-man rush deep towards the end zone, and it is intercepted, picked off by Oskar Dunklee. Returns it up to the 30, the 40. He'll get past midfield, and that is probably going to seal the game for the Queen City Corsairs.
As that darn bugle plays again. I'm sure Chicago's tired of hearing it. Oh, man. It just needed a little more air under that ball. Dunklee was like, yep, I'll take that.
J.C. Torres, the intended target, and, man, Dunklee just stretching. 6'3", man. It's always good to have 6'3" cornerbacks, because they can make plays like that for you.
Yeah, I mean, hard getting it over that guy's head.
As we see A.J. Caswell back out onto the field in victory formation. Matt, tomorrow night, Fan Night Game of the Week kicks off at 7 p.m. Central Time as the 2-2 Oklahoma City Renegades head to Atlanta to take on the 2-2 Swarm. It's the game the fans voted for. Fan Night Game of the Week. I know we wanted to see Mexico City in that slot, but we lost by like 1 vote.
So do we get free
You
bees?
get free nothing. You get nothing.
Free bees? It's Fan Night, you know. Is it like a bee?
Yes,
foam finger.
The first 5 people get a free foam finger.
All right, I'm heading there now. I want that bee.
So only one team will come away still maintaining a winning record after the Fan Night game. Cameron Irvine and Stephen Mullinex will pair up yet again for what will surely be another fantastic call. Chicago burns another timeout, trying to do something here. You know, they never want to give up.
And any shadowing going on? Oh! Look out! Look out!
Blowing through the line.
They're still going at it.
Getting a little chippy.
Whoa!
A little fight going down on the field.
Yeah, calm down, guys. It's the SFL. Good sportsmanship, unless you score.
But that will bring us to the end of our ball game. Your final score: Chicago Wildcats 14, Queen City 23. The Wildcats fall to 1-3 on the season, and the Corsairs advance to 4-1. Matt, can you give me your final thoughts on this game?
The Corsairs could not stop, the Wildcats couldn't stop Ash Odom. I mean, look at that. 246 rushing yards.
Yeah.
Chop that in half. It's a completely different ball game.
And the time of possession, I think, was really telling as well. You know, more than
that goes
doubling. Yeah.
That's hand in hand with the running game, though.
Right, exactly.
So your defense is worn out. And Chicago really didn't have that kind of medium pass game going for them. They showed some good stuff their first drive of the game, and then it was just kind of not much else. So they got to work on that, defending that off-tackle run that Ash Odom just abused them with about 10 times for probably 150 of his 200, or maybe more than that. And just get a little more dynamic offensively. Add a few more, middle of the way plays, but a lot of season left still, and anything can happen.
Don't forget to click that like button on your way out. It's the little thumbs up icon under our video. Appreciate all the like icons that we can get. Appreciate everybody joining us today. And once again, if you're looking for a way to get more involved in the league, get your name known out there, if you want to end up moving up and doing other bigger things, join our live stats team. We could have really used somebody on this game today on our live stats crew. It's not hard. You're just watching the game like you're doing now anyway, filling out a spreadsheet as you go. It keeps us up to date with all the live stats. This has been a presentation of the SFL Network presented by APM Music. For Matt Willson, I am Mike Daggs saying thank you for joining us, and good night, everybody.